This has massive implications for the New England Patriots as Mike Vrabel gives an update on Stefon Diggs and on Christian Gonzalez going into this week's game against the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are going to discuss it all here on Patriots Digest with your host, Keenan Warner. And guys, new channel, growing this thing. We want to get to 1,000 subs before Sunday at 1 p.m. when the New England Patriots season starts officially against the Las Vegas Raiders. So if you haven't yet, hit that free subscribe button down low so you don't miss all the great content that me and Jace have coming for you. We're coming at you daily with all the great news. And Stefon Diggs playing this week, Mike Vrabel gives huge update on Patriots wide receiver. And so let's just get right under it. Patriots fans won't have to wait much longer to see the top receiver in action. Wide receiver Stefon Diggs, full participant throughout training camp despite suffering torn ACL last October. Diggs and representatives have insisted the 31 would be ready to play for week 1, and many fans were dubious he'd be cleared to checkpoint with only 10 months of recovery time. But as we've seen throughout all of sports, the Achilles, unfortunately, is that new ACL thing. When Adrian Peterson came back from the ACL about 13, 14 years ago, and then he ran wild that next season, that was mind-boggling. Players coming back from 10, 11 months from the ACL is not too uncommon for today's practice. It's the torn ACL that seems to be the death sentence injury, when before it did feel like that torn ACL was that. But Stefon Diggs looks good, and Mike Vrabel gave the okay. Is Diggs still on track to go for week 1 on the Greg Hill Show? Mike Vrabel said, yep. As of today, he'll be out there. He sounded confident. Christian Gonzalez update, is he expected to go week 1? We'll get into that here in just a moment. But Diggs won't become official until roughly 90 minutes before the game, 1 p.m. Obviously, they have to get everything out so they scouting reports and all that good stuff. But however, at this point, no reason to doubt the availability for Stefon Diggs. And having Stefon Diggs for 17 games this season is going to be pivotal for the status of the New England Patriots. Last year, he was 47 catches for 496 yards, 3 touchdowns in 8 games. So that's on pace to pretty much go for 1,000 yards. I mean, in 16, that'd be right under. In 17 games, that'd be going for 1,000 yards. Why is that so important? And almost 100 catches, roughly around 100 catches, 1,000 yards, and 6 touchdowns, we'll say his projection for last year was. Why is that so important? One, you need to get a guy who can truly be a weapon for Drake Maye. And 2, Stefon Diggs has been able to put up 11,000 yards for his career, roughly, and 70 touchdowns. And over the last 5 seasons, even after his time with the Vikings, he's been able to get you 1,000 yards, 100 catches, and about 8 touchdowns a year. We haven't had a receiver go over 1,000 yards in New England since Julian Edelman, and that was since Tom Brady was the quarterback. He has gone to a different team and then played there for multiple years, retired and already had a year in the booth, gonna have his second year in the booth after taking a little gap year in between that. It's been since the 2019 season that the Patriots have had a 1,000-yard receiver on the roster. I had to look at it, and I had to look at it again because I was like, really? Yeah, that's just such a target that's so easy for a lot of receivers, but between the difference between Jacoby Myers, or those Kendrick Bourne, Pop Douglas, whomever it was at quarterback, we just haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver. And Stefon Diggs, a healthy Stefon Diggs, even in the fact that people do feel like he has declined since that 2020 immaculate season he had with Josh Allen, he still has the ability to go get you 1,000 and 100 catches, 8 touchdowns. He was on pace to do that last season. He did that the seasons prior. He can still do that, and if Drake Maye can get a reliable number 1 like Stefon Diggs out there consistently, that is going to not only do wonders for him and the consistency on the team, because then you'll have Hunter Henry, the security blanket, the red zone target. Okay, then we got Kyle Williams coming on the outside, young guy who you can build a rapport with, but you don't have to throw him in there like Jalen Polk last year, where you're expecting, okay, Polk really has to come out there and maybe be the number 1 outside receiver. Obviously, you have Pop Douglas and Kendrick Bourne, but they're more slot receivers. You're basically throwing Kyle Williams gets to now develop within the offense. He gets to find his niche, find his way, find where he can be most useful. And Josh McDaniels doesn't have to just kind of throw him to the wolves. We can operate and we can do different things with Kyle Williams because I love the talent there. I think that there is high potential and high upside, but I don't want him to have to see, oh, okay, so now he's got to see the number one corner every single day he goes out there. He gets to see the number two, maybe even the number three, because you put those guys in the slot. And then obviously we still have now TreVeyon Henderson out of the backfield, along with Rhamondre Stevenson. We get more of a punch there. This New England offense this year is going to have more pop than we have seen in the last few years, and that is because Stefon Diggs, if he can really start that's going to just start everything, because he is a legitimate receiver who knows how to get open, who you're going to have to rotate coverage to, because if you don't, he can burn you still, regardless, because he is still a good route runner. He is still a good possession guy, even if he doesn't have that over-the-top killer speed that he did once have. But Stefon Diggs being cleared for week 1, so hopefully we can get 17 games of Stefon Diggs is massive for the Patriots. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about the idea of Stefon Diggs for 17 games, and do you think he could get to 1,000 yards on the season? But let's go into Christian Gonzalez. Obviously, last year, he was 21st ranked graded PFF-wise. He was 978 snaps, 2 interceptions. And the update on him is he did not practice yesterday. Mike Vrabel talking about this when he gave that update this morning. And that's the only update I can give you. We know how phenomenal Christian Gonzalez is. He has best corner in the league potential. He's already on the short list for one of the best corners in the league. Him not being available is going to be extremely tough. Obviously, you've got Pete Carroll, Geno Smith. They're in a new system. You've got Brock Bowers. You've got Ashton Genty. So, that team alone already has, they're going to be new. And the new could be either good for them or bad for them. It's going to be interesting to see how the Patriots really do attack the Raiders' offense defensively. Mike Vrabel with his defensive mind. It's going to be interesting to see how he puts the pieces together. But that piece right there is the most important piece on that defense. And if he can't go week 1, that will be extremely difficult to have to deal with. That will be extremely difficult to have to overcome the loss of Christian Gonzalez for a week 1 game when the Raiders have legitimate pass catchers on the other side of the football. But we'll see. I do believe that the Patriots, regardless of Christian Gonzalez, have the ability to win this game. They have more continuity on the offensive side of the football, I feel. I understand that we do have a new coach, a new coordinator, the same way they have a new coach coordinator over there in Vegas. But at the same time, we do have more pieces here that have been there. Drake Maye has been in the system here for a little bit of time. Obviously, the New England whole system for over a year. He hasn't been in the Josh McDaniels system yet, but Josh McDaniels does a great job of putting their players in the best position to succeed. We saw that with Mac Jones. Got him to be, even though as an alternate, was a Pro Bowler with Mac Jones in his rookie season. So we get to see what Drake Maye can do with behind Josh McDaniels, but Christian Gonzalez defensively, not having him is going to be something that the Patriots are gonna have to deal with, obviously. As we well know, Christian Gonzalez, one of the best defensive backs in all of football. He's shown that in a limited amount of time in the league even now, and we need him out there for all 17 if we can. So that's something we're gonna have to look on. Another thing with major implications on this game. But let me know what you guys feel if we can win without Christian Gonzalez this week against the Las Vegas Raiders, and how excited you are to have Stefon Diggs on the roster. And just let me know how excited you are that the NFL season for the New England Patriots is going to be starting in 6 whole days. Sunday, 1 p.m., we get to sit down. It should be a national holiday because it does feel like one. Everybody gets to go watch their favorite teams, and we get to watch the Patriots embark on a journey, hopefully, that ends, hopefully in a Lombardi, but realistically within a playoff berth, and they can show why within the next few years they can really compete in the NFL as one of the high-head top teams in the league. But This has been Patriots Digest with your host, Keenan Warner. I appreciate all of you guys, and again, guys, we're getting to 1K. The goal is 1K before the start of the season, so if you haven't yet, you got to this point, hit that subscribe button. We're coming with videos every single day. We appreciate all of you guys, and we'll be seeing you guys again very soon.